What's happening, my Jacked family? Coach Scott here, Jacked at the 40.com and Shredded at the 40.com. Welcome to another episode of the Jacked at the 40 Life Vlog, where I'll be taking you along behind the scenes with me today, sharing every meal that I eat, footage from my training, as well as insights into my current training split. I'm also going to share some things about me that you probably don't know. Let's get to it. Hope you enjoy it. Is there any better sound than coffee dripping into your cup first thing in the morning? I don't think so. I've got myself a Keurig here. It's I don't use the K-cups. I've got a filter that I'll just use. I grind my beans up and put them in there. I have been thinking about getting a French press. Anyone else out there with a French press? Let me know what your experience is like with that. Actually, I would love to get an espresso machine. I do love espresso. I just freaking love coffee. For some reason, I love the taste. I love the experience. I'm on to my third cup today. I haven't had 3 cups of coffee first thing in the morning in a long time, but I don't know, I was just enjoying it. I was just out looking at the stars when Chief was out peeing. I'm just like, I want one more cup of coffee. I don't even know if it wakes me up. I wake up freaking energized, had a great sleep last night, so I don't know, I just love the experience. One thing that I have been talking about with Aaron Sanchez, one of my coaching clients and good friend, actually I should say freaking great friend, just an amazing dude, is how cool it would be to visit different places around the world where they're actually like picking the coffee beans, seeing where it comes from, just seeing the overall experience. I really love these 206 roasters, and I love supporting local small businesses who get their coffee beans from some great little places around the world. I love this Brazilian dark roast, and I am going to enjoy this right now with a little bit of unsweetened vanilla cashew milk in there. Add some extra little flavor to it, just a few little drops, just a little bit of coloring to it. But I'm gonna enjoy this, hit the shower, and then Chiefy Dog and I are gonna get out for a morning walk. What an absolutely gorgeous sunrise walk with my furry homie Chiefy Dog. So invigorating. There's a nice breeze out there, a briskness in the air. It's only like in the low 50s this morning. It's going to get up to the upper 70s today. This weekend is going to be gorgeous in the low to mid 80s. So like summer's still hanging on. It's nice and warm during the daytime, but our mornings and our evenings are definitely cool. I'm getting the fall fever. I didn't want to let go of the summer, but I do love this season. I love the change of seasons. I do love autumn. It's one of my favorite seasons for sure, as much as I absolutely love the warmth. So, all right, story time here. You see that I'm a morning person. I wake up automatically either just before 5, just after 5. You might be wondering, have I always been a morning person? And I definitely was as a child and a teenager. When the alarm went off, I jumped out of bed and I got ready within 20 minutes. I'd eat my cereal, showered up, and the big reason for it was like I loved morning cartoons. And it started as at a really young age, either very late 70s or early 80s. I'm going to be 46 this month. I remember setting my alarm. I was probably maybe 5, 6, maybe 7 years old at the oldest. Set my alarm for like 5 a.m. to watch Mighty Mouse. I mean, that was an older cartoon. I don't know if it's around when our parents were kids, but I think it was before our time. It had already been on the air for a very long time, which is probably why it was on at 5 a.m. But even after that, like going through grade school, I would jump out of bed so I could watch G.I. Joe. I freaking loved G.I. Joe. Snake Eyes coming out soon. Oh my God, like who else is absolutely pumped for Snake Eyes? Oh my God, it looks fantastic. I'm a huge G.I. Joe fan. Later on, it was like Scooby-Doo, stuff like that. Like morning cartoons, nothing like Saturday morning cartoons. Oh my God. Like let me know if you guys can relate to the Saturday morning routine. And I remember like this time of year in the fall, they would announce the new lineup of Saturday morning cartoons. I remember like when the WWF had a cartoon coming out, and just seeing all the different stuff. I don't know how they do it on a weekday. They show what was coming up on the Saturday morning cartoons. I was so stoked for the new lineup there. Qbert, oh my God, Qbert was something that just popped in my head there. I thought like Richie Rich and all that kind of stuff on Saturday mornings. It's just a different lineup of cartoons that I absolutely loved. And that continued like all through grade school and high school. I couldn't wait to jump out of bed hurry up, get ready, and watch cartoons in the morning. I love cartoons in general. Like cartoons after school was great. Like He-Man and all that stuff was typically after school. Spider-Man, all that kind of stuff. Just all the Marvel stuff was, and DC, just absolutely freaking awesome. So I was definitely a morning person all through grade school, all through high school. First year university, it didn't take long. Like when I'm like, oh wow, I don't have a class till 10 a.m. Then I'd like sleep in and then sleep in more. And then like, that's when I started getting hooked on coffee, was in that first year university there. And then at that point, I was no longer a morning person. Like on the weekends, I'd sleep in till like noon sometimes, 12:30 sometimes. But a lot of that had to do with being on the bar scene, being out late at night. So I'd say from like that first year university up until like a while ago, like maybe 3 years ago when I've been living on my own, I wasn't so much a morning person. I didn't enjoy getting up early in the morning. I'd prefer to sleep in and all that stuff, which didn't really work too well with being a personal trainer, because a lot of my clients were early in the morning. And so I didn't enjoy getting up that early. It wasn't natural. It didn't seem natural to me. But now, like the past 3 years, I have been 100% a morning person and absolutely freaking love it. It's when I'm most productive. I just love the mornings. There's something about it, the quietness, the stillness. It just energizes me. It just, I'm focused. I just want to give the best of myself to the day. So that's one story. Let's get on with breakfast. Savoring every sip of this morning breakfast shake, I have this each and every day: 1 cup of homemade kefir, 1 cup of unsweet vanilla cashew milk, an assload of spinach, a banana, tablespoon of premium raw black maca root powder from the Maca team, link down below, fantastic for optimizing our male hormone health, and a scoop of protein powder. Gonna enjoy this and gonna be hitting the gym in about an hour and a half. Just got to the gym and stoked to blast back in biceps. I'm going to play some footage from my training from the entire week here. If you were following the Jacked After 40 Life vlog last week, you know that for the month of September and October in the Jacked After 40 Club, we are following a 4-day body part split routine, but training 5 days a week. So hitting each muscle group a little more than once per week. And it's kind of a low moderate volume training plan, which I find body part split routines are perfect for. And last week was a deload week. Not for the whole week, just for round number 1. So the first time going through those 4 workouts, no sets to failure at all. So even that final set, leaving a couple reps in the tank, really just allowing our body to fully recover, the fatigue to dissipate, give our joints and tendons a break. And that felt incredible. So on Friday last week, I hit workout number 1 again for the second time. And so for weeks number 2 and 3, we bumped it up. So leaving about 3 reps in the tank for the first set, about 2 reps in the tank for the second set, and then the last set is all out freaking effort. Just leaving it all on the gym floor. Like, there's no question in your mind that you couldn't have done another rep if you had a gun to your head. So absolutely loving that, but at the same time, really realizing, like, I'm really keenly aware of recovery, and what's necessary, the amount of damage necessary to grow at this stage in the game and feel our best, perform our best. And I find for certain movements, like say a bicep curl, a leg extension, leg curls, like those kind of stuff, you can come close to pushing to failure with every single set, and it shouldn't hinder your recovery all that much. But when you get with an exercise like the leg press, even 3 reps in the tank, 3 reps in reserve, like true 3 reps in reserve, not, oh, this burns, I want to stop now, but like 3 reps from like, I can't move this weight another inch. That is exhausting. It is demanding. Like, that takes a lot out of you. So when you're leaving 3 reps in the tank for the first set, 2 reps in the tank for the second set, and then all out effort on your final set, like, that is a lot of work. So I may, like for the third go around on certain exercises like the leg press, maybe even like the dumbbell bench press, leave a little bit more in reserve than the 3 and 2 reps on the first 2 sets. Kind of treat those more as warm-ups and then all out effort on that that final exercise, the final set. But for some of the more isolation exercises that aren't quite as demanding, I'll probably still follow that protocol. So it's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of learning and growing throughout the process, listening to your body, having a heightened sense of awareness. As I've mentioned in many of these Jacked at the 40 videos, like I was still kind of like a bit of a high volume junkie. Like I thrive from high volume and thrive from training to failure. But more and more, like as I'm approaching 46 here, really realizing, I mean, for the past few years, I've been all about last set, best set. So in my 40s, it's always been last set, best set, but still those first 2 sets are still pretty darn close to failure. And now I'm starting to just pay a little more attention to those kind of things and training to failure and how my body responds to it. What is actually beneficial, what is actually serving me, and what could actually be hindering me. So it's all a bit of an experiment. It's all a bit of a little trial and error, and we're all different. We're all individuals. So we need to pay attention to what suits us best. So learning a lot throughout this process, and we'll be sharing my experiences with you as we go along. All right. Get my butt in the gym now, ready to crush this back and biceps workout. On my way home, I have about 20 minutes to kill before picking up my daughter from work, so I stopped off at Starbucks, and guys, I did it. I'm checking in my man card today. I grabbed a pumpkin spice latte. I don't care, guys. I don't care. It's freaking delicious. It may be a little early in the season, like it's not fall yet, it's not autumn yet, but it feels like a brisk autumn day out there. It's even like overcast for the most part, a little bit cooler, so it just seemed fitting. 400 calories, is it worth it? I don't know. I'm willing to use those calories for this today. So while I am enjoying this, I want to share another inside scoop into my life, something you may not know about me. You may be wondering, have I always wanted to be in the fitness industry? And as a kid growing up, like throughout grade school, like in my grade 8 graduation, in our little pamphlet there, I mentioned that I wanted to be an accountant when I grow up. 2 of my uncles were accountants, and one of my uncles who was an accountant, I hung out with him quite a bit. Actually, he brought me to Point Pelee a lot as a kid. That's probably why I love it there so much. Just lots of great memories growing up, and we've gone on trips, just him and I together out west, and had a blast. So they had a big impact on me, and I did want to be an accountant, but I started working out in grade 9, 13 years old, and once I started working out, I'm like, this is for me. I freaking love it. 14 years old, down in my parents' basement, telling my best friend that I was training with at the time, like, dude, when I grow up, I'm gonna own a gym. I didn't know how I was gonna do it or what was gonna happen, but and I ended up buying a gym. I owned a personal training studio for a little over 3 years, ran me into the ground, but it set me on this path. Got into human kinetics. When I got into kinesiology there, first year, actually, I thought I was going to get into physiotherapy, and then kind of changed my mind a little bit, because like that first year, a lot of some of the guidance counselors there, teachers, professors there were saying, like, if you want to get into physiotherapy, like, kind of don't waste your time with human kinetics. Get right into it, right out of the bat there. But I ended up, there's a few of the students from my class that have opened up their own physiotherapy clinics and are very successful with it. So it's great to see that. So yeah, I thought after that one, I thought maybe I'll be a teacher. That didn't last too long. Like I thought I'd teach science and gym and that kind of stuff. And then third year, one of the classes we took was ergonomics. And one of my jobs throughout university as temporary part-time worker at Chrysler, working on the line. So Mondays and Fridays, sometimes Saturdays, I was able to work the weekends. Great freaking money. Opened my eyes to that world, what it's like in the factory, and taking an ergonomics course. I was like, I'm seeing it on the line, on the job there. I'm like, this is fascinating. stuff, like learning to design workstations that are best suited for our bodies, male and female. So third year, I was really kind of leaning towards that. And then fourth year, I was like, you know what, just my passion is freaking working out. So I knew that final year that I was going to get into personal training. And my first job right out of university was a personal trainer at a personal training studio. I was there for a year, and then I opened up my own personal training studio for just a little over 3 years. Then when I closed that down, I took my best clients, trained them in their homes. They all lived really close to each other, so that worked out really well. I was just starting to learn about online businesses back then, so I would train my clients from like 5 a.m. until 12:30 in the afternoon, and then I'd spend the rest of the day kind of building my online business, and then got to this point where the majority of my business is online, and I just trained a few clients in person who I absolutely love. I still love that face-to-face interaction there, and putting people through the grind and just getting their feedback and just seeing them in action. It's just good to get out and be with people. So that's a little more insight into my life, something you may not have known about me. Back for my post-workout meal, I've got 4 free-range eggs from my friend's local farm. The hens that are absolutely loved. I've got some mixed veggies with some ground black pepper and pink Himalayan salt sprinkled on top. Then in the bowl, I've got 2/3 cup of oats, 140 grams of frozen mixed berries, and a tablespoon of the morning motivator from the Maca team. Again, linked down below to optimize your male hormone health. This is a blend. It's got 10 grams of maca in it, a blend of the yellow, red, and black maca. So this morning it was just black maca root. This is a nice blend of it. It's also got some raw cacao powder in there, raw coconut sugar, raw mesquite, and raw lucuma. Absolutely freaking delicious. Definitely has better flavor, better aroma to it because of the blend that is in there compared to the black maca root. But I do absolutely, I've really grown accustomed to the flavor, the earthy flavor of the black maca root on its own as well. So really looking forward to diving in this, nourishing my muscles so they can repair, rebuild, and grow. On to my third meal of the day. I've got 260 grams of plain Greek yogurt, 140 grams of frozen mixed berries, and a tablespoon of raw premium black maca powder. Oh my god, you guys, dinner is looking freaking amazing. Very similar to what I had last week. Last week I had rainbow trout that was stuffed with some spinach, pepper, and mozzarella cheese. This is some wild cod. Same stuffing in there. And last week I had a crab cake, but instead I got a mushroom cap stuffed with crab, and got this grocery store across the street from the gym there, just freshly made on the spot there. Absolutely freaking delicious. Just super easy, convenient. Instead of dining out wherever you see it, nice, freshly prepared right in front of you there. I am looking forward to diving into this. I've got some basmati rice that I cooked in some beef broth, sorry, and some yellow pepper on the side. Winding down the day, I've got a tuckered out Chiefy dog down here. What's up, dog? He's got his head under the pillow, under the table here, under the coffee table. He knows when it's wind down time. Like it's past his bedtime. Staying up a little bit later tonight is the kickoff of the NFL season. Dallas Cowboys, Tampa Bay Buccaneers just finished the first quarter, an exciting first quarter, and just life feels back to normal for me. There's something about the NFL season that just nourishes my soul. One of the biggest reasons why I absolutely love the fall, and I've got fall fever right now. Love football and comfort foods. So I'm going to finish off with a useless tidbit of information about me that you probably don't know, is that I've got no cavities, like no fillings in my mouth at all, and I don't have any wisdom teeth. I never had wisdom teeth in my mouth. I remember the day as a teenager when they did that 3D scan of me, and they're like, dude, you've got, I mean, I don't think they said dude, but they're like, you don't have any wisdom teeth in your mouth. And that absolutely made my day. And ever since then, I just like to think of myself as being evolutionary evolved. Like, we don't need wisdom teeth. When they come in, we yank them out. So I'm like, why not skip that process and just not have them? So I think that's going to be the next thing in evolution is that we won't have wisdom teeth. I just figure I got enough wisdom in me already. I don't need the wisdom teeth to begin with. All jokes aside, I hope you have enjoyed hearing these little tidbits of useless information about myself. Little gain insights into more about me and my life, what I'm all about. And if you did, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. I'd love to hear if you have any other questions that you'd like me to address in future videos, anything else you'd like to know about me, drop a comment down below. And if you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching videos like this, do me a favor and share it with them. Before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Jacked After 40. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you in the next video.